Welcome back to the Sidetrack'd podcast.
Oh my god. What are you talking about? We're really about to do this all over again.
Welcome back to Sidetrack'd. Damn, it's been a minute. I say this every single time. Say lovey. Say lovey. Hold up. Let me get comfortable so that this doesn't sound bad. Bitch. Turn my chair. Turn it a little bit this way. I don't want to put a foot on the ground, but I keep on moving, so maybe I have to. Okay, so basically, let's recap real quick. I just graduated like 5 minutes ago. And it's so weird. It's so strange. I cried a little bit, but not a whole lot. I don't know what's next, but hey, I did it. Technically speaking, I do have a degree. So, we're done. But yeah. Let's get back into this. What I really wanted to talk about, we're not talking about me today. I mean, we might be. But I wanted to talk about the CEO killer. Because this shit's funny as fuck. And I don't mean the loss of a life, but we're going to get into that. What I do mean is how no one is really taking it. Like, this is so unreal. Like, so many things about this situation are just laughable to me. Like, this situation is laughable. I saw one video of him being, like, detained, or like they put him in, cops were taking him into the courtroom for his first hearing, and while they were taking him back out, one of the paparazzi mind you, this guy's name's Luigi Mangione or something like that. I don't know, I apologize if I mispronounced it, but what's it called, he's walking out of the courtroom and all the paparazzi's all like, Luigi, over here, Luigi, do you have something to say? And there's just one, the last thing you hear out of the clip is like, Luigi, it's me, Mario. I'm like, I'm sorry, am I supposed to take this seriously? Because one, like, when it first happened, I, like, came home, my parents were watching it on the news, I'm, like, looking at this shit, and I'm like, the fuck? Like, it's giving, like, I don't know, like, like, watching the video, it was so, like, surreal, like, it looked like a TV show, like, that's the type of shit that you would see, and, like, I don't even know what TV show I'm thinking of right now. I was gonna say Shameless, but no. Like one of those spy TV shows. I'm thinking Archer in my head, but that's like a fucking cartoon. But anyways, it was just like so like like it's 6 a.m. Like this bitch pulls up on him and he's just all like bang, bang. And also wasn't like once. Like it was like a lot. I saw the video on X or Twitter or whatever. And I was like looking at it and I was like, damn. Like, okay. Like I'm not going to sit here and say that I necessarily felt like I don't know. Because, like, also, the details that they were doing about it, too, like, the way the news was talking about it before he was caught, they were all like, he went to Starbucks, and then he shot this guy, and it's all like, Mans had enough, like, Mans was so calm and cool and collected that he got Starbucks, and then went to kill a bitch, and then rode a bike through Central Park. Like, are we... like, am I supposed to take that seriously? Like, as a killer, like, if there was a killer to be scared of, that is not the one I'm going to be scared of, especially because I ain't no CEO. Like, by naming him the CEO killer, because who knows if it was gonna be, like, that's my thing too. Like, maybe this man had a hit out on him. Y'all named him the CEO killer, so now why do you want the public to care? I ain't a CEO. He's not gonna come kill me. So I mean, sorry to that man, right? Not really, because you probably did some fucked up shit too, which we're going to get into. But, like, if you're going to name someone the CEO killer, see how other people who aren't CEOs are going to react. Because, like, I literally, like, the Zodiac killer, everyone got Zodiacs. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, okay, I'm a little scared, you know? Whoa. Clutching my pearls, but CEO killer, I'm the CEO of absolutely nothing, not one thing. So I'm not gonna sit here and be terrified, but like just like so many things just seemed weird. Also on the news, like I remember seeing like when I came home, my parents were like watching CNN, and like the like little blurb that they have at the bottom of the screen, it was all like they were showing a picture of him with like the mask down and his hood still up, and they were all like, oh, CEO killer flirts with hospital worker or something like that. And that they kept on talking about it, and they were like, so, and they were having like what you would like, what is it? What's the word I'm looking for? They were having like an astute conversation about this. Like they were all like, see, when he flirts with the hospital worker, this means that he has a little bit of leeway. Like they were talking like this was like some big plot point to why he killed the CEO killer, and it said flirts, and I just think flirts is such a like weird, like childish word to be using on the news. And I was like sitting there and I was all like, why are we talking about this? Like, it doesn't make any sense to be like, why are we harping on the fact that it was like him flirting? Like, it doesn't matter the reason why he took down the mask. He did. So I didn't understand why they were doing that until they caught this man, or not caught this man, because one, innocent until proven guilty, and also I don't think he looks anything like the bitch in the photos. But when I saw this bitch, when I saw his whole face, his whole body, his whole Instagram, all the pictures that came out, damn, I would have flirted too. Like, what are we talking about? Have you seen this man? Yeah. What? Who does Luigi date in Mario Kart? Daisy? Let me be your Daisy, Luigi. Please. No, I'm joking. But no, I get it. Like, if he really did it and that's who the healthcare worker flirted with, then type shit. Me too. Me too. Sign me up. I need to work in that hospital. Like, I don't know, but I think it's really weird listening to like people be like upset that people are like kind of joyful about this or whatever. And I'm not saying that it's necessarily right to celebrate the end of a human's life, but let's be realistic here. Y'all are trying to compare apples to oranges. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, y'all are getting mad because he shot some guy in cold blood. Mind you, I'm pretty sure he had a reason to, but hey, again, innocent until proven guilty. I don't know who they got in the courtroom. I don't know who shot him. I have my own theories, but we're not going to talk. Maybe we'll talk about them. Do we got time today? Sure. We'll get into that later. But like, he's the CEO of United Healthcare, I believe. And from what I've been seeing, the discourse that's been going on, people are not happy with United Healthcare and how they treat their patients and how literally their pockets are getting bigger because they're exploiting these people who are ill. Like, it is despicable to exploit someone for money who literally is at their lowest point in life. Like, that can't be like good points. That can't be good points in the good place. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't believe that. So if you're sitting here and being all like, oh, he killed someone, well, that CEO probably killed millions. And just because he didn't use a gun, just because it was like in the form of like papers and signing shit, doesn't make it any like lives were lost because they could like. That's what I don't get when I'm listening to these people be agitated and talk about it. Specifically, the person I'm thinking about is Piers Morgan, because he seemed very upset when someone said that they were happy about this situation or something. But it's all like, lives have been lost because they simply could not afford treatment anymore. You know that, right? Like, that is a despicable thing, and it's unique to America. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not saying that America is the only one who has like a health problem, but if you look at our healthcare system, like, why does it cost so much to get care when like people literally will travel to other countries to get healthcare done because it's cheaper? Do you understand that? A flight to another country and also paying for the actual procedure to be done in another country is cheaper than just getting it done in your own neighborhood. There's something wrong with that picture. Like, there should be no reason why that's ever the case. So I don't know. And like, it's also like laughable in the sense that like after this happened, like I was saying before, like, I'm not scared because y'all named him the CEO killer and I'm not a CEO. But it was funny watching all these CEOs who fuck over people on the daily. You can't sit here and be all like, oh, they didn't know what they were doing. They know, or else you wouldn't see all of them taking down their pictures and taking down their names from their websites, because they know what they're doing is fucked. They know that they're getting rich off the backs of people who can't do anything about it, or so they thought. Luigi showed them different. Again, not saying that Luigi did it, because again, innocent until proven guilty. I'm sorry, I can't. Also, his defense attorney, funniest guy. Every single clip I see of this man defending him to the news, he just seems so like, he's just all like, did you see him do it? And I can't lie. That's a good defense. Like, it's did you see him do it? Like, who really saw him? There was that one girl in the video, but ain't no way she's speaking up. Speaking of people speaking up, that McDonald's worker, damn. I don't know her name. I know they put it out there. I know they doxed her or whatever, but damn. you did that for like, I thought, like, if you were doing it because you think it's morally right, whatever. If you did that for money, just for you not to get it, because apparently she called 911 instead of calling the tip line, and that's the only way you were getting that money. So now, not only do you not have $10,000 in your pocket, the entire world knows who you are, or at least the entire country knows your name and where you work. I'm assuming you're getting fired, because now that McDonald's is getting review bombed, like, what on God's green earth made you think that? What on God's green earth, you were sitting there and you were like, yeah. Like, if it was for money, I guess, but I mean, you don't seem like, and I say this in the kindest way, you don't seem like the person to make the smartest decision, so maybe you would have ran through that $10,000 anyways pretty quickly, so maybe you didn't really need it. You know what I'm saying? And also on top of that, like, I saw the pictures of the CEO killer. We're going to call the CEO killer and Luigi two separate people right now, because that's how I see them in my head. Because I saw those pictures and I saw Luigi, and I'm not too convinced. Do they look similar? Yes, but so does Issa Twames and Timothy Chalamet and Dave Franco and every other lookalike of this man. So I really can't say for sure that those are the two, like, the same people. But after seeing the pictures of the CEO killer, if I saw anyone who looks even similar to that picture, I would have never connected the dots. And I don't mean that in a way where it's all like, oh, I would have never turned him in. I genuinely would not have noticed at all. Not a single thing, not a single spark would light up in this head. Because how we saw him like a split second, and I still am under the impression that the picture of him with the mask down and Luigi look nothing alike. I don't think so. That's just my personal opinion. I think they look nothing alike. I don't know what everybody else is seeing. I do know Luigi's fine as fuck, so free my man. But the pictures don't look the same to me. I just don't think that's the same person. My personal theory about the whole situation is that this is multiple people. That there's multiple people involved, that whoever shot him, whoever was driving on the bike, and Luigi, and there's probably some other people involved as well. There's multiple lookalikes. They just have a bunch of Luigi lookalikes, and they all know each other, and they all did this thing so that you really could not get Luigi on any charges, because realistically, the forensics are going to come back, and nothing's going to match Luigi's DNA, and then he's going to be set free. I don't know if that's how law works. That's what I choose to believe. That's how TV shows work. So, hey, that's how I literally live my life through TV shows. Like, everything is a show right now. Like, we're in season 4, or the season finale of my college right now. And now we're starting a new spinoff series called Mary Jo Starts Life. But besides the point, irrelevant. Yeah, I think that it's multiple people. I think that there's a lot. Because why the hell? Okay, the casings get left on the floor. Sorry, I'm going to be, this is now a true crime podcast. No, he leaves the casings on the floor because he's careless, right? That's what they're saying. That if he really was some skilled, trained, like, shooter, he would have picked up the casings off the floor. Anyone who shot a gun knows that they leave casings when you shoot them. So he knew that was going to happen. On top of that, it had a message on it. It was like deploy and dispose, right? If that message was for people to find or to people to read, like, I don't know why you would do that. Like, as someone who's killing someone, realistically, like, why would you think that they would release that information? You'd have to have some inner workings on how the news, like, what the news chooses to perpetuate and what it doesn't choose to perpetuate, right? But if that wasn't the case, if it wasn't to gain attention, because I don't think he's like sitting here, like, yeah, he has the manifesto and all that shit, but I don't think it was necessarily the goal to, like, be like this thing to the public, like deploy and dispose, right? And if those are instructions, the instructions came from someone, don't you think? Like, do you think, like, I really think that Luigi is the fall guy, in a sense, of the whole operation. Not that I think, me in my personal opinion, I don't think he's going down for this shit, but I think in my perfect world, if this was a TV show and I was writing the plot, right, there's a group of bitches, they decide, hey, we've all been fucked over by United Healthcare, take out the CEO, but do it in a way where they never get justice and we can keep on doing this shit. You know, they stay scared, because imagine he gets let go, they find out that it wasn't Luigi at all, right? now all these CEOs, I don't know why I said CEO peoples, but now all these CEOs know that there's still a CEO killer out there. And wouldn't it be funny during the trial? Okay, not funny. Sorry. I'll be a little bit more sensitive. But wouldn't it be just interesting if another CEO went down and it looked exactly like Luigi while he's going through court hearings or some shit, or while he's in holding? You know what I'm saying? Like, wouldn't that just fuck with everyone if we just started seeing a bunch of people who look like Luigi just mass murdering CEOs? Again, I'm not condoning this behavior. I'm just saying, if this was a TV show, because fake stuff doesn't, like, really, you can't really say that I'm a bad person for thinking outside the box. People make horrible TV shows all the time. Ask Ryan Murphy. But anyways, but I'm just saying that it would fuck with everyone's mind if that started happening. And that's what I think is happening. Whether it's true or not, it's probably not, because I just be thinking in TV shows. Write that down. There's no one in here. Write that down. Yeah, I think it's really stupid to sit here and not understand the gravity of the situation. Like, I think that there's a lot of parts to this too. Like, the jokes that have been made on TikTok, like, almost immediately after his pictures were released. Like, the prisoners, last night I saw a TikTok about prisoners who are watching the news about Luigi talking. I think it's the jail holding cell or whatever that he's in, and the prisoners are all like, yeah, free my man. Like, you got prisoners out here being all like, free Luigi, and they don't even know if this man's a killer. Like, that is too funny. I can't sit here and act like this isn't the funniest set of circumstances. Like, everything that's happened just seems so comical and just unreal. Like, genuinely, to my heart of hearts, it feels like we're living in a TV show, like a dystopian TV show, because what are we talking about? Genuinely, like, I wish I could sit here and give any shits about this situation at all. But that man's fine. Let me tell you. What else did I feel like I've also, like, it's also weird to me that this man just all over the place in terms of like I keep on seeing, like, it's weird that he's just a regular schmegular guy. Sorry, I thought I heard something. It's weird that he's just a regular schmegular guy who just, like, went to be a killer one day too. Like, none of us are seeing that as, like, a little strange? Like, and the amount of information, I saw something about, like, that too. Like, the amount of information we have on this guy and how he just wasn't hiding whatsoever, and how he had this whole manifesto that was released. His Twitter got some Easter eggs in it. Easter eggs. Like, this is fucking... Anyways, like, this is a Marvel movie. But, like, why couldn't you find... Like, there's so many, like, weird things about this story. Like, they couldn't find his bag for, like, hours. I don't know if they have found it yet. I know my mom, when we were watching the news, and she originally saw the picture of him with his mask down, she thought he was a girl. They were all like, oh, they're never going to find him because that's a girl. And I saw so many people saying that on TikTok, too. Like, there's just, like, the fact that, like, we're not taking this seriously, and it's part of, like, people are trying to say, oh, he's not Robin Hood, blah, 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 blah. He's a killer. He's not a hero, blah, 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 blah. Okay, but do you want me... Like, I don't give a shit. Like, I really don't. Truly. Like, I'm just sitting here and I'm just thinking, like, how does this affect me negatively? It doesn't. You know what does affect me negatively? When I can't pay my bills on going to the hospital. When in America, people would rather Uber to the hospital than take an ambulance. Bitches out here dying over illnesses that they shouldn't have to die over in a first world country. Air quotes, obviously. But what the fuck? Like, are we being serious right now? Who gives a shit? Like, I'm sorry. Like, sorry to his family, sorry to people who care about him. Okay, but, like, the fuck? If you just had, like, a little bit of compassion, like, that's why, like, I don't know, like, just don't get me on a rant about capitalism, but, like, I genuinely think it just, like, is like, what is it, the seven deadly sins? Like, capitalism is just the work, like, it just breeds bad people. Like, realistically, like, if you sit there and all you care about is money, you're going to neglect caring about other things being human lives that you are killing by doing whatever you're doing to get your money. And if that's how you choose to live your life, good, but I'm not going to sit here and act like they're innocent people, and because they know, like, that's my thing. You wouldn't have taken down all your pictures and all that stuff if you think the CEO killer is caught, right? And you think that suddenly you're safe from all that, then you wouldn't have taken down all those pictures. You wouldn't have taken down your information. Yeah, there's copycats, but realistically, like, the likelihood of a copycat happening in the next few weeks is not likely. It does take planning and time, but I think I was like, I just don't necessarily, like, I'm not sitting here necessarily upset about that. Yeah, that's really all I have to say. But I think he's also a funny individual. Like, when I see videos of him interacting with everything, and like, he just doesn't seem like a man who was trying to get caught, or, like, I don't know. I'm not saying that he was trying to get caught by any means, but why were you just chilling at a McDonald's? Like, that, something about that is weird. You killed someone, and before you killed someone, you went to Starbucks, and then, I saw something, and it was all like, if that nigga just boycotted, like, he would have never got caught because he went to Starbucks before, then went to McDonald's. But, like, on some real shit, like, I don't know, like, something about him just, like, living his everyday life, he must have known that something would happen because he did take down his mask, and it's not like he's stupid. He knew there was cameras everywhere. He knew that they would be looking for him. Like, something about this seems like there's more to the story that we are not seeing, and I don't think it was Luigi. I don't. Like, I can't think of a reason why he would just live his casual life and not try to, like, change anything. Like, I genuinely believe in my theory that there's multiple of these bitches, and we're gonna start seeing them popping up, like, everywhere. You're just gonna see, like, CEO down, CEO down, CEO down, and every single time you see it, it's gonna look like Luigi, because they're all clones. Someone write this down. I'm copywriting it. Don't take my idea. On top of that, too, I used to be, like, when I first started college, I majored in psychology. One of my minors is criminology. And I was very fascinated when I first started psychology, and, like, the psychology of not just serial killers. It was mostly serial killers, but also killers. Because I was under the impression for myself that to kill someone intentionally, you would have to have some level of, like, not like mental illness, but mental instability. Let's call it that. Because I would like to think that, and I know that everyone's being, apathetic. Yeah, I did college. No, but I know people are being apathetic towards the fact that that guy, I don't even know his name, the CEO of United Healthcare, was shot. I know that people are seeming like they don't care. There's definitely people out there who do care. But most people are under the impression that they don't really care. They don't really want to. And I mean, to be fair, let's just be realistic. A lot of times people die, people don't care. A lot of times. If you're not actually directly affected by it, you're probably not going to care. Occasionally you'll get, like, people who care about celebrities dying because they like the celebrity, but, like, most of the time you're not caring about people dying unless they're in your immediate life, like if they're a friend or family or something like that, right? But I think to take another human's life like that, like, intimately, because it's not like he was far away, and he actually got closer as he was shooting him, and, like, probably watched the light, like, go out of his eyes. I think that you have to be, like, a certain level of, like, unhinged. So I pray, right, that Luigi is not the CEO killer, so that I can keep thirsting after him, because I do think there's a bit of unhinged, like, shit. Like, I get it, he was a bad guy, whatever, but to take someone's life, regardless of whether it's for good or for evil, whatever thing you believe in, whatever higher power, whatever karma, whatever, I do think it's a little strange. I think it's weird, and I think that you have to be a little bit, like, untapped from reality or untapped from humanity to do that. Like, I don't care what anyone says. To want to kill another human being, or not want to kill, to actually actively carry that out and then just live your normal life, you have to be a little bit detached from like what's going on around you. You know what I'm saying? I don't think anyone, even when people like accidentally kill people, it weighs on them. Like, for a long time, you don't just like kill someone and just like feel nothing. That's like on you. You know what I'm saying? So like, I think, I don't know. It's kind of weird that he just like walked away from that and just like was like, how long did it take them to catch him? I think it was like 5 days or something like that. Maybe, I don't know. I could be making that up. But like, for like, let's just say it was 5 days. For 5 days, he was just out there living life, knowing that he killed someone and that he couldn't. One, so bad at keeping secrets. Me personally, if I have something juicy on me, like, not that that's like juicy information, but like, I am so bad at keeping my own secrets. Like, I'll be like doing something, I'll have something in the works, I'll be excited about something I'm doing in my own life, and I'll be like, oh, I need a, and I'm like, wait, Mary Jo, you can't say that. Like it's so bad. Like, sometimes I'm just itching to tell my own secrets, which is so incredibly stupid of me, because like, I don't even trust people. That's not even like it's not even like I'm telling trusted individuals these secrets. I just be saying shit. Like, I'm just a yapper. And it's so incredibly annoying sometimes. Because I'll like say something and I'm like, damn it, I probably wasn't supposed to say anything about that. Or I probably shouldn't have told that specific person that's information. But now it's out there and I can't take it back. So the fact that he was just sitting on that information, I'm sitting on a bad boy piece of fucking information. A bad boy piece of, like, how are you just walking around with like that on your chest and still on your chest because you killed someone? You can never like unkill someone, you know what I'm saying? So like, I don't know, there's gotta be some studies done on like people who kill. I used to be so interested in it, not in a weird way, because I don't very much like true crime podcasts anyways. That's not something that floats my boat. I think that's gross. Absolutely. Like, I just don't, it's not my cup of tea. I think it's weird though. A lot of true crime podcasts are like, they just exploit like people's deaths, like gruesome deaths. And these people have family members who like get harassed after too. Like, you make a killing popular and then suddenly they're getting harassed by your fans being like, oh, what did you think happened at the time? Like, bitch, like, please stop. That's gross. That's disgusting. But I'm not into death like that or murder like that. I just think that it is an interesting thing to look into, how people kill. And I don't mean like how they do it, but like how they live with themselves after the fact, and how, like, if there is something like chemically up here in their brains and their craniums that like is all like not the same as the rest of us. Because I would like to think that most people couldn't kill someone intentionally and feel fine afterwards. But maybe I'm in the minority. Maybe there's a lot more people out there who could kill and it wouldn't affect them in the slightest. But that's a scarier thing to think about than just thinking that only killers have like a weird thing, and that it's like they're the minority. It's much easier to think that they're the minority than that I'm the minority. So that's what I choose to believe. We're gonna wrap up today's episode. Holy shit. I don't know. I didn't really say much. I could probably have this out before the end of the night, because what time is it right now? It's 12 o'clock, and I already got another podcast episode that I want to film on a different topic, and I don't want to get into it right now. So this is where we're going to leave off the episode. We're going back to bi-weekly. I don't think I'm ever going to do the podcast weekly, personally, just because I have YouTube, I have TikTok up until January 19th, and I have Instagram, I have Pinterest, I have all these other social media platforms, all of which you can follow me at MaryJoJessica on Instagram, at MaryJo.Jessica on TikTok, and at MaryJoJessica for literally everything else. Everything else, if I have a social media, it's going to be at MaryJoJessica. It should never be hard to find me. I've never met anyone else named MaryJoJessica. That's my full first name. So never, ever had trouble getting that domain, except for when I made my own account and then forgot the password. So, if you're looking for me, that's what it is. You can follow everything that the podcast is doing at Sidetrack'd Podcast on Instagram and TikTok. That has been Sidetrack'd. I will talk to you later. Oh, I forgot to talk about Wicked.